Today I will be detailing how I actually tapered off olanzapine. A lot of you in the comments have been asking me to make a video about tapering off. Thank you for those of you who dropped those comments. Please like this video and please share this video. I truly believe that as a community, we can raise enough awareness and actually stop the off-label prescribing of olanzapine. In other words, a very dangerous antipsychotic drug being prescribed to people who do not need to be on it, people who do not present with psychoses. In August 2022, I decided myself to stop taking olanzapine because of all the adverse side effects I was suffering. In other words, physical injuries. As a matter of fact, in legal terminology or in a court of law, those adverse side effects would be known as physical injuries. I won't go into the side effects in this video because I have covered them in great length in the first two videos. So back to August of 2022, I went to the public system to get advice tapering off. And the reason I had to go to the public system is because my consultant was not available. My consultant was suddenly unavailable to talk to me or to see me face to face for 4 weeks. So if you just have a look at the email up here, this is from August 26, 2022. And this was to my consultant's secretary. I have come off olanzapine due to severe physical side effects. I have since slipped into a deep and dark depression. Can you please tell, and I'm blanking out my consultant's name for obvious reasons. My consultant's secretary stayed true to their word. And within 4 weeks, I heard back from my consultant. My consultant was more than likely being advised by someone or maybe a team in that particular hospital as to what to do because of the grave mistake that had occurred in that I was prescribed olanzapine off-label without an official diagnosis. My consultant actually advised me to go back on the olanzapine. That was my consultant's advice, to go back on this drug that was damaging my health. And I did not listen to that. There was no way I was going back on that drug because of the damage it was causing. And so the doctor in the public system advised me on how to taper off. So it was a 2-month tapering off, relatively slow. And as I was on the drug for 2 years, I was advised that 2 months would be best. If you're on it a year, taper off a month, 2 years, 2 months, and so on. Within the first 2 days, I was hit with the Zyprexa withdrawal, which is an unbelievably horrific withdrawal. And it's something I would not wish on any human being on the planet. Now, for a long time, I had no idea why it was so bad. I could not figure out why that withdrawal was so bad. And after doing a little bit of research, I found out that Zyprexa actually affects certain neurotransmitters and receptors in the brain, even if you're on Zyprexa for a short amount of time. So when you stop taking it, even with a slow taper off, the withdrawal can be very horrific because those receptors and neurotransmitters have been affected. So that's all I have to work with. It would seem that's what happened to me, that the receptors and neurotransmitters that were affected by olanzapine went haywire when I stopped taking it. And so with me, it made me very anxious. The withdrawal, it just created full-blown anxiety, a very, very low mood. The Zyprexa withdrawal most definitely left a scar on my psyche, and that's a fact. That's why I'm still rattling the cage of the private hospital in question. As you would know from the first two videos, my consultant retired within the first year of my complaint. I have a sneaking suspicion that my consultant has been hidden away in a certain compartment and is being protected and minded. And I just want to say, I'm not criticizing the community of psychiatrists in any way. All I'm doing is highlighting my own experience. And it just so happens that my own experience reflects psychiatric negligence and malpractice. And I was also hit with a complete lack of aftercare. I was actually told that that hospital did not have an aftercare clinic. And that baffles me because the Zyprexa withdrawal is so severe. I cannot understand why there's no aftercare clinic. I've done some research into Zyprexa withdrawal, and I have discovered that it is something that should be done in a controlled environment, where a patient should have a team around them, or at the very least, a doctor who has specialist training in Zyprexa withdrawal, someone who knows the signs and the symptoms of the withdrawal and knows how to treat the patient accordingly. Now, I didn't have that. I was advised how to taper off, yes, but I was very much left on my own. And that's not good enough. I think it's disgraceful. So please don't forget to like this video, share this video. Let's raise some awareness and let's stop this unhealthy trend of off-label prescribing. And please do drop a comment about anything discussed in this video and I will respond. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in part 4.